Hello guys, welcome to the new video. In this video, I'll be explaining the logic, the entry points, the exit points for the last 5 days, which I've been posting for the 50,000 using 50,000 capital for 50 trading days. So let's start ahead with the video. Before starting, I will show you the Excel sheet wherein the overall amount that I had used for the last 5 days, wherein I already have posted the individual videos. Please do view individually for those videos. And coming to the capital used, all the capitals that I used for the last five trading sessions, in the not continuously five trading sessions, but the it has been lesser than 50,000. And the overall that profit you see over here, it's, if I cumulatively add, it is a sum of all this point. Excel over here, I made around 60,000 as a profit for the last 5 days, and the capital that I used I have limited to 50,000. And if you see, the major chunk of the trade have come on the fourth day, wherein I had it hero zero trade, and wherein and one trade on 27th of this month, September, wherein I made around 13,000. Rest all, I will let's move ahead with the day one. What was my entry point and exit strategy? So over here, if you see, this is the point wherein I had made an entry over here, because I saw a head and shoulder pattern formation, wherein I individually identified the entry over here when the right shoulder was formation, which was similar to the left shoulder. So that's where I entered around like 20,180 odd levels with a 20,200 as a stop loss, and the target was around 20,600 160. So that is the logic behind the trade for the first day. Let's move ahead with the second day. Second day, what did I do is, like, here there was a, on a daily time frame basis, if you see, there was a around major support around 19,600. So, and even the put writers concentration was high over there, so hence I made an entry with a stop loss of around like 19,580 odd levels. So from with that, and even I had a conviction because there was a huge put writing at that time over there. So with that respect, I made an entry with around like 19,610 was exactly precisely around 19,610 to 615 was my entry point. Even after that, the Nifty had gone till 19,600 almost. So with that, exited at around the this zone, wherein the we had a resistance of around 19,680. At that level, I exited my, because we saw we had a resistance over here. If I draw a zone over here, if you see, we have a lot of support which was happening, and even the resistance. And similar point, we saw a kind of doji pattern formation on a 5 minute time frame, even though after it went on rally almost till 19,730. But I was hesitant because we had seen a lot of resistance over here. That was my logic behind the trade for the second day. Moving on to third day, I had made a video wherein I had told about the mother candle concept. Please do view about that. I will make another video on specifically on how to identify the mother candle and its concept. So if you see on a mother candle concept, let me show you once again. See, let's over here, if you see, this is what on 7th September, if you see, the range was around like 19,750 high, and the low was around 19,550. If I go on to 5 minute time frame, the low of that day was around 19,554 to be precise. Let me take you to this point. Or if you see here, the low was on that day is around 19,554. So with that concept of a mother candle theory, so I made an entry with around like 19,000. I started making an entry, major entry, around like 19,000, 560, 570 odd levels, even though I knew that the support was around 550. So my stop loss was around way below that, around 19,530 to 535. That's what where my stop loss was. And with that respect, we saw a sharp rally almost around like 19,650, and we had a consolidation around till 19,627. I made an exit at this point, actually, because we had the same concept where the resistance and we saw there was a resistance zone over here in this pattern. So once a breakout, I try to execute, make an exit at this point around the main support or resistance zone over here pattern. So that's what was the logic behind the trade, and the that trade gave a good return with respect to the risk to reward ratio, and the capital that I used on that day was around 45,200. So moving on to the Thursday expiry, we had seen a lot of crackdown. We Nifty had gone till 57 this 19,750 odd levels couple of time in the morning, and then we saw a sharp sell off in the throughout the day. We had seen a lot of sell off. So the point wherein I made an entry is around somewhere at this point where, let me zoom in a bit. So if you see, the Nifty had made a low of around here as a 540. So actually I made around, like, I had a pretty huge quantity over here, 1800 as a quantity, around 36 lots, with the average price of around like maybe 12 or 14 rupees, exactly around 14, 14 and a half. So if I move on to 1 minute time frame, if you we have seen in if you see here, I had made an entry around 540 odd levels, and we saw a sharp rally of like 30-33 points. So the premium that, actually, I had made an entry at around 14 and a half. The premium went on to 30-32 plus. So I kept on a trailing SL of around 28 rupees, and the SL was hit because being an expiry and there will be a lot of volatility. So, and especially it was a monthly. So that was the logic behind it. There will be a bounce back because we had seen in the previous sessions also, wherein I took a trade around, like, the stop loss was around 530 to 20 odd levels. So that was a logic behind over here, and being an expiry, so that's where the logic was behind this trade. And moving on to day 5, we have multiple trades which I had made morning. Over here I made put. I made an entry in the put, being over here 19,600 as a resistance. I saw a little bit of a crackdown and then made an exit at over here. But if you remember, in the last video I had posted over, I had made an entry with a three lots around like 65 rupees or something in 19,650 put. So but my SL got triggered at the point, but the premium of that option went on to 98 rupees. So but the logic behind the trade over here was, if I move on to a daily time frame basis, there is a 20 moving average, which is falling. Usually when we have a 20 moving average that is falling on a, oh, let me move this, it is in a sloping downward side. So usually whenever the Nifty tries to go and hit over there, always on the, if it is an uptrend, the Nifty will try to take support at a rising 20-day EMA. So but when the 20 DMA, simple moving or exponential moving, it doesn't matter, but when it is in a sloping downward side, Nifty whenever tries to go near that, we will face a resistance. On that daily time frame basis, I had made an entry with in the yesterday's session, but my SL got triggered because of the some volatility I didn't wanted to carry, because Monday being a holiday. That was all the logic behind for all the 5 days. And I will, whatever the videos I will, whatever the trades I'll be taking in the henceforth, I will make a summary in the end of the week, so that you guys also will understand what was my logic and how do I thought about the trade, and where exactly was my stop loss, and other things which make me to decide the to take a trade or not. So if you see, all the trades that I have made over here is at the support, or at the some formation of some particular pattern. Like over here, especially on the day one, I had taken solely because of the head and shoulder pattern. Actually there was not much of any other moving averages or as such that came into consideration for that trade. But when you see in the day two, it was basically on a daily time frame basis, where we saw there was a support around 19,600. And even day 3 was a majorly dependent on the mother candle concept, wherein the Nifty was in between the body of that day candle. On Thursday, it being an expiry day, that was solely because of the support which had taken Nifty around 530 odd level. So that's where I made a entry with that trade. on Thursday. And coming to the day 5, the one video yesterday I posted, it was solely on the, the on one daily time frame basis. We had a 20 EMA sloping downward side. So always the Nifty tries to take a, whenever it hits, it will take a some resistance. On that basis, I had made an entry for the day 5. So thank you guys for watching the video, and if you have any other comments or suggestion that I need to improve on, or you want me to add on to the things, so please do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.